Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ando here. Thank you guys so much for coming out to these roster reviews. This will be our last one. But before we get into all that stuff, I just wanted to give a quick little promotional plug out. Um, you know, this month has been awesome for us, like both here on YouTube and on Twitch. And just like kind of like it's become a little tradition that, every month we do a giveaway. So come check us out on Twitch. The link for that will be in the comments down below. We do giveaways. Last month we did a $15, $10, and a $5 giveaway. This month we're trying to do it bigger. So most of those are open to subs on Twitch, but we usually open up at least one or two of those to just any follower. So be sure to be caught in on that. Want to make sure that we give out those good prizes to everyone. And also check out the Discord link as well. That's another way that you can kind of keep up with what's happening. And just appreciate everything that you guys have done, and want to continue doing this, man. It's super fun with you guys. So make sure you guys hop in the comment section or into the Discord, because I love meeting you guys and love seeing how you guys progress and whatnot. So again, thanks for watching, and let's get into this roster review. Hey guys, what is going on? It is Ando here, and we have another roster review here. So this will be our last of the roster reviews, at least at this time, because it said like, hey, I wanted to just do 3 accounts just to make sure I could follow through, and it wouldn't be too much of a time commitment. But like I said, check us out on Twitch, because we do them there as well. But this is a guy named iZeta. He's part of the Fractured Rebellion. And much like the previous guys before us, or the previous rosters, I guess, before this one, looks like Padme was his choice, or what made the most sense. And so he's got this good Padme team. I'm not going to go over the mods again because, one, these mods are pretty good. The only one that I would suggest you looking at, iZeta, is potentially Padme's. You have a health arrow, which I can understand, but I think she probably would be better with speed. Slow Padmes are for sure a thing, but I think like the 30 speed is actually probably more important than 16% health there. But that's just, I guess, my opinion. As far as fleet goes, you got the negotiator there. I'm fine with that starting lineup. I personally run Houndstooth and Fives in the starting lineup with Anakin. That's what I've noticed works best for me. It's what I noticed kind of works on defense. However, if you have a Malevolence heavy fleet in your shard, this lineup that you're currently running is actually the best one, because Ahsoka's faster and just ends up being a huge pain for the Hyena and Vulture droids. So yeah, either way, that's fine. So since we didn't talk so much about your mods in Arena, what we'll do is we'll talk about your mods, in the actual, we'll talk about another set that I think is actually really important for you to look at. Okay, so for your future suggestion for Arena team, Padme is going to last you until you get gas, and I know just from speaking with you that's kind of like your goal is getting gas. So I know you're just basically waiting until this next time. We'll talk a little bit more about like what those choices look like now. But yeah, your future is definitely getting gas, putting him in Arena, and then running with him. Okay, so your overall roster right now, I mean, if we just looked at it, we can just kind of cruise through it. You can see like at least what comes out to me is like just kind of you have that high end team, and then it's kind of it kind of like really starts to drop down low below that. You've got Padme team, which is all up here. You've got a B1, which typically goes with Grievous, but your Grievous is only gear 11, which is fine again because I'm a huge proponent of, if you can't gear 13 Grievous, then just don't really invest into him, because he just changes so much with gear 13. And I know that your roster is built. I mean, if you look at your roster, basically the top like 2 lines is pretty much all that you need for gas. So I get it. Shock T is, a good team, but then whenever I look at, the rest of your clones, they are starting to be kind of, further down this list. So yeah, that's like overall, I'd say like, yeah, you've got this really top end team with Padme, but after that, it falls down, and kind of like what I was saying last roster review with Pogue Life. It's like you're at 2.5 million GP, and this is kind of always the thing that I've always held against the Padme route, and especially going Padme straight into gas, because like you could do Padme straight into like JKR and it'd be a little bit better, or Padme straight into Darth Revan, right? You could do a few things and it would probably help you out, but like the guy that went, Phoenix, then got his Empire, then got his his Rebels, then got his JKR, then got his DR with Malik, right? He's at 2.5 million GP as well. And he's got, like I said, if he puts DR and if he puts JKR on, defense, yeah, it's going to be really tough for you to break through that wall. Or both of those walls, or whatever you want to call it. Because you lack those, like, high-end teams. So that's kind of where I see your weaknesses as far as your specific roster. By going for gas, it is, and you not having him right now, it has sort of hindered you, in my opinion. Again, just like I said last time, typically what I like to see is one of those high-end teams, the Four Horsemen, the one that, Skeltrix, if you guys haven't checked out his videos on GAC, check those out. One of those videos, or like one of those teams is what you need, between JKR, Dreven, Padme, or Gas. That's like the 4 teams right now that, like, other than Galactic Legends, that just you have to have. And I think by only having one of them at this GP, I think you are, I'm not saying like you're impossibly behind or anything like that. It's just like you are behind. Okay, so my current suggestion for you is to just hoard, all right? Like I said, you look like you're ready there. I think you need a 7-star Anakin ship. I think everything else looked pretty much ready. Like, no Zeta needed there. You've got the Zeta there. You got the Zeta there. You got the Zeta there. This is really just a luxury one. This one I feel like is a little bit more necessary, but I'm sure you can get through it without it. It's just nice for him to assist. This is the guy that you need relicked. That's the guy you need relicked. You've got her as insurance. Shock T, C-3PO, Ahsoka Tano. So you're sitting there and you're ready, which is great. The only thing, again, like I said, is you have to get him this time, and you have to be hoarding right now, because as soon as you get him, you need to get gas up to 7 stars. He needs to be at gear 13, like, as soon as you can, with potentially some relics, right? And that's I guess my future, or that's like my current solution for you right now. There's no real like, hey, just gear this guy up anymore, really. It's just finish off those requirements, those last few that are the ones that are stopping you right now. And when he comes back, I think in roughly a month, you need to be getting him, because he's going to set your arena up, but he's also going to turn you. He's going to turn your matchmaking back into your favor. For GAC at least. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about some modding and stuff like that, because we're going to go into your future suggestions. So for future suggestions, I would say, hey, you really need to, because you are going for gas, you need to focus in on your 501st. And that's solely because the way that I'd gear them is 5s first, then I'd go Arc, Echo, and Rex. And the only reason why I say Arc, Echo, and Rex is because he's at, like, what, gear 7 or something? I can't really tell. But 7 or 8 maybe. No, I think that's probably 7. So he's at gear 7, and his turret really does do... It's that little bit of extra damage that just... It's going to be attacking when, Rex attacks. It's going to be attacking, when he attacks. So that little bit of damage, though, like, really, really makes a difference. And so getting Arc Trooper up to at least like gear 12, I think is very, very important. Why I said fives first though is because you really want to make sure that this guy is just a pain. The other team needs to be stuck on him for a little bit to give these guys some time to at least take some damage or give some damage out, to give Rex time to get a Rex laid off. It has to happen. So if not, like even if they didn't get the sacrifice right now, or even if they did get the sacrifice right now, the amount of health and protection and offense and speed that they're getting is pretty minimal, right? When you get him to gear 13, relic 6, and all that good stuff, 7 and 5 even, you're giving them a lot more protection. You're juicing up these guys a lot more than he currently is right now. And so that kind of leads us into our next thing, which is we're going to talk about the mods of your 5.0 first, because that's about to be what you're going to use once you get gas. Okay, so first we're going to talk about fives. So especially in your GP, because you're 2.5 million GP, I would say, hey, focus your gas and specifically fives. Like there's ways to mod fives to where he's kind of like a GL counter, specifically with gas and like some other interactions. I would say, hey, don't worry about that. So this advice that I'm about to give you is not for like the guys that are like, oh, I'm trying to mod my fives, to take all those hits or whatever. The way that I'm about to talk to you is really about like, hey, gas mirror matches, Padme, any like basically arena for you, is really going to be taking into account what your tactical awareness is giving you, right? So basically it's max health, max protection, speed, and offense stats, right? So the way you maximize that is really by either giving him those sets, right? Health, give him speed set, give him offense set, right? Because what you're currently having right now is a crit chance and crit damage set. And none of that translates over, right? So you're losing out. If you decided to just replace this with 3 health mod sets, that's 30% health that now he has that he's going to give over to those other characters, right? Or if you decide, hey, I'm going to run a speed set and a health set, all of a sudden now not only are you giving them more speed, like the 10% speed increase, but you're also giving them another 10% health. Well, you're giving fives that, but you're also giving them that as well. Same with offense set, right? 15% due to the set giving him. So it's going to boost his own stats up, which in turn gives them those stats if he gets the sacrifice, right? And so I think a lot of people run with health sets because they want to make him tanky, right? Like I was saying earlier, if fives can stop and stall a team for a little bit to allow Rex, some more time, to allow Arc, some more time, and Echo some more time, then I think fives has done his job, right? If he gets the sacrifice, then he's really done his job. So as far as Arc Trooper goes, kind of the same set that you have here. I think I currently run mine with the same set. Both Arc and Echo you're gonna want high offense numbers and speed secondaries where you can. This is one of the guys that like I've seen people do crit damage sets as well. So that is an option too if you're kind of running low on high quality offense sets. Offense definitely you want on Arc if you had to kind of prioritize, and you can run a crit damage one on Echo since his grenade does a lot of damage with that as well. And then with Rex, just kind of like how you have him, just speed. You want this guy to be super, super fast. You want him to be able to give up this form up. That's a huge turn meter gain for the clone allies. So yeah, as long as you're able to do that, gas can pretty much be any speed or mod set that you want. If you want him to be offensive minded, you can run the offense set, or you can run a crit damage set on him, or you can run the defense set and have him just have a crap ton of protection, which just makes it a very long, like in mirror matches, it just makes your gas stay up longer, and whenever they're, attacking you, you're countering. So it's like it's a very good. That's what I ran for a long time. So that is definitely a way to go about modding gas. All right, now as far as Zeta suggestions go, I try to give like a 5. And yours are really, really easy. So you again going back to like how imperative it is for you to get gas. You need to be saving 80 Zeta mats for him, so they give him the 4 right away, give him all of them. And then the 5th one, I would honestly say Han shoots first. I know he's down here low, but the reason why I always say Han shoots first is because you cannot take for granted what it means for you to be able to go first and stun that character, right? There are times where it doesn't even make sense, right? There are times where people put like Drevin with Han Solo, and it's only because they gotta, stun one of the faster characters, right? Because he does it all before taunts happen. He does it, again, before anything happens. So you'll be surprised at what you can do with a Han shoots first, even if it's just, hey, I just need the guy stunned for 1 turn. Allow him to become unstunned, and then my, whatever team can take over. Even if it's not with CLS right now, even if it's with, like I said, I've seen him with Drevin, I've seen him with Jedi Knight Revan, I've seen him on some 501st teams, right, or 501st counters. Because you pause Rex, you stop all that TM gain, especially Shock T, and all of a sudden, like, you kind of got some control back in the fight. So I would highly suggest you look into that one as well. But that would be my next 5 for you, the 4 with gas, and then the 5th one being Han shoots first. Overall, though, pretty solid roster. I just worry that, if you don't get, especially if you don't get gas this time, I think it's going to be really bad. Unless they put him in the journey event, soon, and then you can get him. But you have really, I think, put yourself in a spot where people that have very focused rosters at your current GP you're going to start finding them more and more, and they're going to start having a pretty severe advantage over you. Love the fact that you guys are just trying to go for Padme first. It's very, very bold, and I like it, but I don't know if it's the move that I would take personally. But yeah, like it's bold, and so kudos to you guys for doing that. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and if you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, man, hit up the comment section down below. If you guys saw something that I didn't, be sure to also, comment down below. Any input is always helpful, whenever it comes to these things, because like I've always said, the more eyes that are put on it, the better the roster review it is. So thank you again, and we'll see you guys in the next video.